I wanted to come on and talk about the webinar that ONPASSIVE did yesterday, Saturday, the corporate webinar for the brand ambassadors of ONPASSIVE. I'm Mike Ellis, by the way. There was a tell there. I don't know if many people caught it, but if you caught the tell, if you understand what they said, you're going to know exactly where we are and exactly where we're going. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Before I do that, I want to tell a little quick story about what happens to me probably 2 or 3 times a month. I have people come in and they want me to get into other opportunities and participate in those opportunities. And one lady came in the other day. I know who she is. She's very, very good at what she does. She's very, very talented. She's very, very successful. And she wanted me to come into this opportunity. And as I started to listen to her, I noticed that her template really has not changed over the last 10 years. The terminology changes, the technology changes, but the template's the same. And the template is one that will make her a tremendous amount of money. She'll probably pull $2, $3, $4 million out of this opportunity in the next 6 to 8 months. But the individuals that are coming in and participating with her, they're not going to make a dime. They don't have the same skill sets that she has in order to be successful online. They will come in with great expectations, hoping that this is the place where they need to be to actually make money online, but it isn't. The template has not changed. It will not change. This is what this individual does. And again, she's a sweet lady. She's very, very good at what she does. She doesn't mean any harm, but she's in it for herself, and she knows how to do that, how to manipulate people, how to bring them in, and how to take their money. And she knows deep down they're not going to make anything. That is not what I do. It's not what Marty and Dan do. Those two individuals I work with online. We just will not do that, and that's why we are in ONPASSIVE. We know the business model of ONPASSIVE. I've talked about the business model of ONPASSIVE for 4 years. We know it inside and out, and I think most of you do too. It is phenomenal. It is revolutionary. ONPASSIVE, Ashmufara, they're doing things that have never been done online, and I'm not going to get into that today. But it shows you where you're at, why you should be very excited about being in ONPASSIVE, and now we're going to get into why right now is a very, very special place in time for you, for me, for all those brand ambassadors of ONPASSIVE. The webinar yesterday was on OConnect. Number one, that was absolutely phenomenal. When I first came on and I saw OConnect, because it's the first time I'd seen it, I was just awestruck. It was spectacular. It was better than I could ever imagine. And as I look at what the tech team was doing, what corporate was doing with the OConnect guest webinar, they were putting it out there to gather information. And I can tell you, it's not the only thing they were testing. They were testing a number of things yesterday with the webinar. Not only the webinar itself, but coming into the webinar. They got such valuable information about OConnect and about the system coming into that particular webinar. It was a treasure trove. And what they're doing right now is they're actually tinkering with OConnect. And the little problems that they saw in OConnect as we came in and participated with that webinar, they are fixing those things right now. I can tell you that OConnect, absolutely spectacular, guys. If you weren't able to get on, believe me, this is better than anything I've ever seen online, and I've been online for 12, 15 years. I've been here a long time. There's not much I haven't seen. OConnect is going to blow people away, and I'm talking about customers. They're going to come in, they're going to use it, they're going to fall in love with it, they're never going to leave. That is OConnect. That is the webinar platform. That is what Ash has done. That's what the tech team has done. And the marketing end of ONPASSIVE corporate, they know how to put it out there in a very, very unintrusive way. People will come in. Again, they're just absolutely going to love it. Was that the tell of ONPASSIVE? No, it wasn't. I want you to put on your critical thinking hat. Get that gray matter working in your mind right now. This is so critical to understand the tell of ONPASSIVE, what they told us yesterday. When you look at OConnect, when you look at all the information that they've gathered from the webinar we had yesterday, when you look at what they're doing with that information, this is where the tell comes in. When's the next webinar? Okay, I'm not going to tell you the day when the next webinar is, when the next test of OConnect will be. It's going to be next week. I'm not going to tell you the day because there are people out there, they're just haters. They don't want OnPassive to succeed, and I don't want them to know when the next test is. But they came out and told us when that next test was of OConnect. It wasn't in weeks, it wasn't in months, it wasn't in years, it was days. Understand that. That is such a tremendous tell. When I heard it, I mean, I was bouncing off the ceiling. I really was. The tech team is able to take all the information that they got from the webinar yesterday, take it in, do the tinkering, and be ready for another test in days. Now, the next test, is it going to be 100%? Is it going to be perfect? It might be. Might be absolutely perfect. We might come in, there might be 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people on that webinar. It might be absolutely perfect. Doesn't matter. No, it doesn't. Whatever they learn from the next test, those time frames are going to be cut. And I talk about that a lot when I do videos, cutting time frames. And the tech team, instead of taking 2, 3, 4 days to make the changes in OConnect to get it perfect, maybe next time it takes them 12 hours or a day or 2. I don't know. But they're going to gather more information. If there's anything that needs to be tinkered with, they're going to tinker with it. They're going to get to that place, and it's going to be perfect. Is it going to take 1 test, 2 tests, 3 tests, 4 tests? I don't know. Maybe it takes 5 tests. I don't care, because the time frames are so short right now. This is happening so quickly. When OConnect is perfect, what happens? Again, put on that critical thinking hat. Put it on. What happens? What happens when OConnect, that last test, is perfect? I'm not even going to say it. You should know what's going to happen. And when that happens, I think our life has already changed. OnPassive has already done that. But when that happens and OConnect is offered to the public and they can buy OConnect, it changes everything financially, I believe, in the lives of the brand ambassadors. This was such a terrific webinar yesterday. Did it go perfectly? No, but they were testing. That's what we do. They were testing. I didn't expect it to go perfect, but what I saw, again, was just absolutely spectacular. And they're doing, the tech team in Hyderabad is doing their job so well right now. I think Mr. Mufara is just giddy at what they're doing. I know he knows how talented they are. He hired them. He understands what they do. But they always exceed his expectations and our expectations. This is a really, really cool time for everybody that's participating with OnPassive, with those brand ambassadors of OnPassive. So that's what happened with the webinar yesterday. There was a tell there. It was an extremely important tell, and it shows you exactly where you're at and where we're going, guys. Again, put that critical thinking head on, that critical thinking helmet on. Discernment, understanding where we are and where we're going. You're going to get excited about the next few weeks to come. You really are. And if you're not, I think you need to wake up out of your dream, because this is real. It's happening right now. I've been waiting for this time specifically for a very, very long time. It's a point in time when everything has come into fruition. OnPassive is there. OnPassive is happening before our eyes. OnPassive is one of those things that is going to continue forward for many, many decades, I believe. This is not the end. It is the beginning of our experience in OnPassive. Although the last 4 years were a joy. They really were. Ups and downs, yes, but a joy. The next 4 years, the next decades to come, they're just going to be a blast. Absolute blast. I want to end with this one thing. Number one, stay awake, keep watching. If you're not working for the next test, get on there and help test OConnect. The tech team needs everybody to get on there if you can. If you're an individual that is doing something in OnPassive that you shouldn't be doing, and I'll end with this, guys. I wish you a very, very good life. I really do. I wish the best for you. But as far as your future in OnPassive, you're done. Okay? This is not a threat. This is just what's going to happen. If you're doing things in ONPASSIVE that aren't clean, ethical, and honest, you're doing things that the corporate side of ONPASSIVE doesn't want you to do, there are no reprieves anymore. You're just gone. And I know it's a very, very small portion of those brand ambassadors in ONPASSIVE. But have a good life, because you're not going to be around much longer, okay? And I know most of the individuals that are listening right now, you agree with me. This is too critical of a time to put up with bad actors. We just won't do it. We're done with that. I know Mr. Mufara is. What's happened with ONPASSIVE just a day ago was extraordinary. OConnect gives us a vision of what the products of ONPASSIVE are going to look like. And OConnect, again, was spectacular. I've never seen anything as good or as close to that product. I know there are people out there right now that are going, holy mackerel, what are we going to do when this thing comes out? And they've only got days, I think, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks at the most before OConnect. It's just out there. So get excited about things. Just a quick update on the webinar yesterday. Probably spent more time than I needed to on it, but I have a lot to say. Next week I'll have a video for you all that I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time. It will change your life. It will put you in a direction that perhaps you haven't been in your life, ever been in your life. And it has to do with ONPASSIVE, but it has to do with you and your life. So I'll probably do that next week. Again, this was just a quick update on the webinar that corporate did yesterday. Very, very good. You're not going to be able to watch it. I don't think they recorded it. But stay tuned. Next week, you'll be able to come on and see OConnect for yourself. You're absolutely going to love it. And from there, guys, we'll just absolutely see you on the inside. It's just getting better and better and better. Take care. Have a great week, and we'll chat later. Bye.